got to expect a lot of preparation is going to be coming in from them up against Team One.
And we'll have to see, of course, Pissed Round is going to be coming up. OG up against Team One. OG having a really, really strong run in the previous tournament at IEM Summer. And now here, IEM Cologne on LAN. They want to show what they're made of. Starting off on that T side is going to be interesting because, of course, Team One might have something funky started on their own CT side. But right now, it just seems like nades towards the top of Banana. And no one from OG, they're ready to meet them.
It's got to be a contact play. As soon as they get a sound cue, as soon as they see a bit of a shoulder, that's when those knees can come through. Valde just getting swung on by PRT. Mal's now looking to get a little bit of contact in this CT side. Karkway hit the shot. Trade's going back and forth. Pesadello struggling. Maluki trying to see if he can answer back. Flamesy so damn low. Turning around. Oh my goodness, what a shot to Maluki.
Yeah, it's insane, but he's all by himself now. Can at least recollect on that bomb. He does still have two players there to find. The smoke towards CT is going to be great from him as well, but expect a little bit more from Pesadella as well, as he did have that 5-7. More promising than it ended up being, but right now, Flame, I mean, bomb planted. Rotation already happening. Nobody coming in from Banana. Everybody focusing in from CT. And he's, of course, already tagged down to 38. So he needs both these headshots immediately as they start coming in. And of course, he hits them as well. Only down to 1-on-1. And he makes both happen. 4K from his side. And what a way to enter this game here for OG.
Oh my goodness, what a start to come through from Flamesy. That turnaround kill, not really sure how that happened towards the top of Banana. He's trying to strafe, keep his head down, gets the reload over, and then bang, still into the round, getting that bomb down, picking up the USP, and just getting two really great taps up to that construction angle. Team One, they've got to be frustrated with themselves there. They had plenty of advantages to work with, but what can you do when Flamesy just makes a play like that and gets a 4K and a 1v2 in a pistol?
Yeah, what a way. And I mean, literally there, the first kill he's already gotten was already insane. And you thought, okay, well, how is that going to continue? And surely Team One just come in and have everything under lock. But no, OG ended up going for it. We do seem to have a technical pause here for the moment. Let's just hope that it is going to be a minor issue and not something bigger coming back to us. But yeah, I mean, everybody seemed there for Team One. Everybody apart from Malbs getting a kill and him just falling is fine as well. I mean, it's not like he did anything wrong. It's just they weren't ready for Flames just to grab so many kills all by himself in a clutch.
And we've got a fair few international matchups coming down in the best of ones. We've obviously got the international European squad of OG up against the Brazilians. Up next, Evil Geniuses and FaZe in just a little while's time. Be interesting to see how those two teams face off against one another. And then Complexity up against Vici, who a lot of people haven't seen for a very long time. And I guess that's the whole storylines in total with this play-in, is that you do often get teams that maybe for the average Joe, you know, everyday European fan, you maybe don't hear or see some of these teams very often.
Yeah, I think that's always a reason why as soon as we're back to LAN, as soon as we're back to an IEM Cologne, then it is just, okay, well, who are the best teams in the world? And this is the first time that we actually get a proper comparison from teams from all regions, not just from North America and Europe, teams from South America, teams from Asia coming over, teams from Oceania as well. And I think that's just the best part in it, because I mean, especially for these Oceanic players, I mean, when it comes down to it, they are pretty far away from everybody else in the world. Even then, trying to compete within Asia, if you don't live there, is going to be difficult. So the main reason is always just, okay, let's move on over towards Europe or North America, as of course Renegades did for a little bit of time. But then yet again, I mean, you probably know it best yourself. Right now, with the whole pandemic going on, I think Oceania probably taking that the most serious as well.
Yeah, it's getting to a point where I think for some of the smaller regions, right, your Southeast Asia and your Oceania, you've really got to take every opportunity as it comes, and that's probably what's so great about sort of the whole EPT sort of ranking system, is that you get up there with the points. You win the odd DreamHack Open event, you win one of the national championships, whatever it may be, and there is an inroad from going to your own local scene going international, being able to compete with the very best. But I guess years ago, it probably came down to some of the international teams that flew over being a little bit wild, being just a little bit more there to upset. But we're now getting into a little bit of a stage where it seems like a lot of these teams coming overseas are bringing a lot of tactics to the whole sort of aspect of the game, really trying to bring as much firepower as possible. And for Team One, I guess knowing that they've only just qualified for Pro League, they've done well in NA, let's see if they can do it in EU.
I think that's one part as well. I mean, this is really just the start of a journey for them now, especially with Pro League then coming back, and that, of course, being pretty much set in the European circle. That will always just be, okay, well, you're going to be in Europe for a little while now. You'll have to get ready and set with the rest of the games here, and it's the best chance to try and improve and maybe to adapt to that European play style as well, because there is still a difference, especially with the regions being disconnected due to the pandemic. And, of course, you did see a couple of different changes come out, and with the regions themselves still playing very comparable Counter-Strike in comparison to then the international tournament. So that's why here, even international teams, if they play just some oddball CS, can beat some of these pretty much established set teams.
It comes to a bit of a situation too where we're getting up to the player break. So this is really the last tournament to give it your all. You know, you've had a long year. It's been tough with the pandemic and all of that. Now you've got LAN. You've got the taste of what it really feels like. Go out with a bang. Go out with a good result. Really try and get some upset potential. Try and see if you can get some of those games in your favor. And of course, over on the C stream, we already saw the Spirit and MIBR game. We've got OG and Team One coming up now, and then LDLC and Bad News Bears in the lower bracket best of three. I look at that one and I think, mate, that is close. That is a tight series there.
Yeah, and that's why I think literally the games that we have here on the stream seem to continue to be the ones that can turn out very, very close. And sure, for Bad News Bears, they haven't exactly had the best idea of how to get into that European scene and how to then continue staying here. But at the same time, I mean, LDLC, they only qualified for Cologne thanks to their run in the national championship. So, of course, we did have one direct qualification from Meisterschaft. We did have that qualification tournament for the national championships as well, where, of course, the top teams came together. Second was able to play Summer 2021, and the other team was able to play Cologne. So, I mean, that way Sprout is able to play both events. But, yeah, it was really interesting just to see, okay, well, sure, the teams might not always play at the highest level of competition, but at least there is a way of bringing through from the different national championships that ESL runs to have a higher meaning behind that.
And you mentioned the national championships. I mean, you've got some experience there with the Meisterschaft. I've got a little bit of experience with the UK Premiership. But there's also some other regions that get involved. We know that the Polish scene's in there, France is in there. You get some of the Benelux region too. So you do get to see sort of all of being the best in your region have those levels up and try and get you those spots into the bigger name events, like what we've seen from some of the teams coming through, your LDLCs and your Sprouts as a prime example. OG and Team One, you've got to imagine that in terms of maybe placements, they're probably in two very different sectors, aren't they? OG, I know that Valde said that they'd just like to get into the group stage, work from there, but you've got to imagine OG are going to be a favourite to go quite deep, potentially make the playoffs, where for Team One, even making group stage, I would say, would be a big achievement.
Yeah, and I think not only that, but like even just winning a game, like not a map, but an actual series then to be into the next stage, not to be one of the first teams to be eliminated. I think the chance is certainly there quite well for them. However, we of course know what the other games on the other side of the bracket. It's EG up against FaZe Clan, and that's not going to get any easier. Wait, no, we're still in the OG. Wait, never mind. It's Sprout on the other side, right? Waiting in the lower bracket game. So, I mean, even that then is doable if Sprout continue to have a bad day tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure that game isn't going to be played today.
Now, mate, that's just the German pride coming through there. No, to be honest, though, you look at those lower bracket games.
I'm a realist, okay?
Yeah, in best of threes, I mean, Sprout have shown some decent CS. We know at the RMR, they had some decent wins. They beat FaZe in one of their games. So, yeah, from time to time, I think some of the lower, like Div 2 European teams, they can perform and they can show some pretty good signs. I think for Sprout as well, they played Complexity in IEM Summer, and it went like 30 rounds in one map and OT in another. So we can often see, I even want to say, more competitive games in the best of threes than the blowouts we've probably seen in the best of ones.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well, that literally in best of ones, anything is doable.
Yeah.
Sure, you do generally see the favorites come out on top, but we saw it between MIBR and Spirit that literally MIBR had a really, really good shot at that game. And that could have been their win as well. But they didn't end up closing it, and I just hope that doesn't dig at them even further.
We know, like you mentioned, LDLC Bad News Bears is going to be the next best of three that we've got here up on stream. Also got Spirit Vitality best of three. I think that's going to be quite an interesting one to see how the winners go. But yeah, do make sure to keep an eye out for all respected streams, because every game is meaningful. Every game then leads up to another matchup, and it goes deeper into the bracket. So yeah, take every game as it is. Unfortunately, we are seeing that there are a couple more connection issues with the players. What we're going to do is head over to a short little break, and we'll come back when Inferno is ready.
Never die. Fighting as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We rise. Everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die.
So the game is ready once more. The pistol, of course, being won by OG. If you forgot how that went down, it was a very interesting affair, actually. OG winning the pistol as expected, I'm guessing here. Of course, Team 1 straight onto Deagles. A scout there as well from Aluka. But, of course, OG with a better weapon rate. Swag, how is this going to go?
I'm very surprised we're seeing this amount of SMGs coming in for OG. Probably we're just wanting to get top close and personal, and it could just be an abs pop straight out of the apartments.
It's looking likely right now. Smoke out towards long. Luke going for that smoke out, but even there, Flame's already in position, adding on top of the 4 kills he was able to find in pistol to now make it 6 in total. 2 in this round, entering with that MAC-10, and of course, Team 1. I mean, what option do you have apart from just to hold on to those weapons to try and give it another fight in that next half?
What a start for the
next round.
Israeli, really. When you think that he gets a 4K in the pistol, we have a little bit of tech delays, it slows down, and then we go into the anti-force buy, and he just wins the round by himself again. Couple of kills out from the apartment, instant save call for Team 1, and they can eco going into round 3, but for OG, maybe it was the right call to not invest into a lot of rifles at all, because in terms of money, there's a lot of it.
Yeah, and I think that's the big point there as well, is as soon as maybe Team 1 get back into this, then at least OG will already have the bank being built up, and that's the big part there, of course. Flames already has a full buy still in his pocket. Yes, he does still rally with that MAC-10, but I mean, that's the big part. You can just play up against the pistols here, yet again, close down that distance, as the Deagles will surely be stronger on the far distance in comparison to the MAC-10s. But yet again, I mean, not the biggest fan of only one Galil and not even having an AK, because I mean, at some stage you will have to drop that, and it could then be an opener for the Brazilian side.
Yeah, Team 1 just open for a little bit of something here or there. Early nades up towards that top of banana position, but for the most part, you just want to try and regroup up to one another, try and see if you can bait a couple of setups. Proper aggressive for OG out towards brackets, but they are still taking banana as well, leaving the bomb back in T-spawn.
And that's one part as well, just clearing out, making sure that Team 1 is nowhere really near to be found. Flashbangs now to come out, sure, also from themselves to try and regain control in towards top banana. Smoke out just keeps them a little bit further away. And OG not going to be pushing that just yet, but at the same time, of course, 3 players tied up towards B bomb site. No real reason for them to rotate off and try to make their way over towards the A site. And even right now, we do see Maluk already in towards CT spawn, and only XNS remaining on this A bomb site. And all of a sudden, 4 or 5 players from OG will be swarming this site in just about a second's time.
Yeah, tough haul for the P250, that's for sure, out from Pit. If we can get away with a one-on-one trade, then that'd be great, but if we get Molly's going to force him out. MAC-10, straight headshot, just more farm money coming in for OG. And you can't ask for any more than that, just try and get all the SMGs to get as many kills as possible. PRT does at least find a response.
And that's the ideal situation here. However, Valde already spotting 1 player out in towards the apartment. Should be a pretty straightforward kill from inside. It can also give on that information that there were more players in towards mid. Nade now coming out towards short. Valde continuing on the UMP. And as we already said, yes, the SMGs finding those kills. At the same time, Pesadello able to recover that Galil. And will also try and do his best to actually hang on to this one. As the T's bomb is going to go up, they might as well just try and go out hunting, because at the same time, they can just buy in that next round anyway. And still they go saving in towards Pit. I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest, of 4 SMGs continuing.
They just take it as a bit more of a bonus round. Like, even if you lose round 4, you still put a lot of economical damage if you can convert. And you've got to imagine how many unarmored opponents are we going to see here for Team 1? Are we going to see everyone with head Kevlar, or is it going to be a little bit more limited? And we know, too, both PRT and Pesadello got signed to this lineup in about March, early sort of last year. So they've been around the block on this team for a fair while now. We're the 2 sort of younger and more so up-and-comers of Malbs and ZNX. Just been able to try and see what they can find. But so far for OG, it's been a simple 3-0 start for them.
Yeah, at the same time, we do have another little technical pause here. Seems just be a quick fix, though, as they just have to restart the client, and then hopefully all will be back. As, yeah, I mean, at least we were able to play 2 rounds this time, rather than just the pistol. Certainly set up a little bit stronger. Team One, of course, just using what they have thus far. They don't really have to buy just yet. Just wait until that technical is closer to being done rather than investing immediately. And I mean, sure, you're not really going to be talking about strats and technicals, of course, as all just about resolving the issues that they have on the server.
Yeah, just being able to kick back a little bit, but obviously not allowed to talk tactics in a technical pause, but make sure that at least mentally you're not like zoned out at all, where you think, oh, okay, another tech pause, I'm going to sit here and daydream for 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, you're not going to be able to say a lot, but just make sure that mentally you're keeping sharp, you're keeping on point, so then as soon as we get back into the game, it's like we didn't even slow down.
Yeah, but I still think that there's another technical just, creating issues for the players, because I'm sure that, yes, you might be able to like get through that first technical, but then when a second technical hit, when you're literally just fired back up, then how do you reignite those flames? Surely then you need 2-3 more rounds until this game is actually going to be at that point where everybody is pretty much back in their own game. I highly doubt that it will just be as easy as that, just say, well, okay, we just have to stay in it, make sure that we're ready for this next round. Because I mean, surely somebody's going to be sleeping as like long technicals where you're not allowed to talk to each other. I mean, on LAN, at least you can look at each other, I guess. But like, especially when players, everybody was just at home in their own rooms, I think that gets to you as well.
Well, I can't remember what event this was, but it was when No Chance was playing, and that was with Thomas and would have been Crystal and Farlig. And I remember Crystal just pulled out a Rubik's Cube in the tech pause. He's just, he's going away, he's getting this Rubik's Cube all solved up. So, if you're prepared, there's always things you can do.
I mean, Rubik's Cubes, maybe stress balls.
Yeah, oh, mate.
Maybe, I mean, there's so much to be had. I mean, I would take one of those, what are they even called? Like those fidget squares? Like they have a button and like a joystick thing.
Yeah.
Like those things. I'm never a fan of fidget spinners, but like those fidget squares. Like
I don't mind
fan of that.
the puzzle ones where there's like a box and you've got to move a certain thing to open up the door to then open it all, and then you get like a little prize inside or something like that. Any of those puzzle games, or even like a labyrinth, try and get the ball around the course without getting at the holes. Mate, there's all these things. Got to come, players they bring a second mouse, they bring a second mouse pad. Where's the board games at? Where's the little toys at?
I mean, I already had the chat with our producer in the last pause. I mean, at least if I would be in studio, we could like play tic-tac-toe or something.
Oh, do that
like,
in Inferno.
Have something to do.
Yeah.
Or like get into a good game of online chess. We could actually do that.
Yeah.
In the next technical that we have. Like if we have like a longer technical later on, like I'm horrible at chess. Like I'm ready to give it a chat. Maybe like we can even get that captured.
Yeah, why not? Unfortunately, it does seem that the technical delays are going to be continuing for a little while longer. So what we're going to do is head over to a short technical pause. And when we come back, we'll get back into Inferno and back into round 4. So we'll see you in just a bit.
Our faith was left out in the open. Saw the fear in your eyes as we move through the dust. Nights turn into days, one by another. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Faded as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise. Everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die. At the end of the line, the trust in our hearts beating louder. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Faded as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise. Everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die.
Stones in a helpful hand, broken bones in a bloodstained flag. Open road and nomadic plans. I'm coming to get ya. I'm coming to get ya. I'ma bring it in the firefight. I'm coming to get ya. I'm coming to get ya. I'm the reaper in the dead of night. Lightning strikes in a quiet town. Bodies fall upon sacred ground. By that flag and a king is crowned. Coming to get ya. I'm coming, I'm coming. of the shadows. I've come to make a name, ready for battle. Cause I got a thing to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you a mistake. Where you see me coming, better run for cover. Cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster, I came to conquer. When all the smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet. Forget all of my fears, cause I know my destiny. I feel a champion waking inside of me. It's set in motion, the legend's spoken. This is my moment. Can't break my focus, know where I'm going. This is my moment. I came to conquer. Tell me now why you want to wait. Running out of words you wanna say. I've been looking for you, looking for you, looking for you. Take me down, leave me lost and found. Take me down, without a sound, and I will rise, and I will fly.
Welcome back. Team 1 up against OG. Let's hope that we'll stay in longer than 2 rounds this time, as hopefully everything is fixed and ready to go. At least the round is restarted. And we're back in.
There we go. Getting back into the action. Team 1 looking to try and see if they can bounce back going into the opening rifle round, seeing that AWP straight away in for the in-game leader for Maluki. Try to see if he can find some impact. But of course, we mentioned the buy status. So many of those SMGs that didn't go hunting for that last player means that this is a very heavy bonus round going into round 4.
And they will have so much money to work with in that next round anyways. And if they actually win this one, then pretty much everybody will almost have 10k in their pockets. And guess what? LXCB does find one before then being dropped back. The bomb is dropped here for the moment, but Malbs, I mean, probably should rather fall back alongside Pesadello. This is not really worth it to try and fall up against the MAC-10 on a close range. Rather work back towards the site and then keep that secure. They do exactly so. So at least it's 2 players at site right now. OG seem more interested in the B bomb site here.
Not a very good position at all for Team 1. They've lost Banana. They've taken a lot of damage onto Malbs. They probably need to make a little bit of a risk in this rotation. You've got Nico as a lurkout for second mid, but everyone in the bomb is towards this top of Banana position, just looking to potentially exit into the B side.
And with that smoke down, Team 1 trying to reposition, boosting up one player up. The question is, does Pesadello then rotate over? Checking in towards CT spawn. And Nico is trying to pull the attention over towards A. How quick are Team 1 to rotate? Look at this. One smoke out, no other contact. And already at least Pesadello pulled away from Coffins. He's now gotten back into Ruins. However, CT smoke coming out, Coffin smoke as well. He'll just be too late. How well can OG get onto this site? Malbs finding one, being traded back though. However, it is the advantage set for Team 1. Even a bomb plant here for OG would already help them out nicely to get even more money in the bank for them.
Now, this is still a very doable post plant. Valde's got to be able to try and recover Nico the best that they can. Coming quite quickly in from the Banana position.
Oh, and they do find Nico with that all down to Valde. Yes, 100 HP, but only a Galil. With that, this kill should be easy. The other 2 guys will be a little bit more difficult. Still hitting headshots, and that's what it's all about right now. Valde, not quite enough. XNS down to 9 HP. And if he would have had the 8, it would have been the kill. But still, 4 kills, and of course the bomb plant down. OG had so much money to begin with anyways. $10,000 onto Valde. And either way, OG will have a tremendous buy coming up right now.
Yeah, geez, it's not a round victory, but you could almost look at it from the perspective of OG and say that it is. You don't have a lot of weaponry at all coming into that opening rifle round, and it's convincing. You get 4 kills, you get a bomb plant, and even the buyback coming through for Team 1 means that PRT is going to be on an SMG. You've got some slight util upgrades here or there, Malbs in particular. OG looking to fight back with a little bit of force out towards this Banana position. PRP just getting spammed in. Flamesy, 2 kills. Oh, it doesn't get much easier than that.
Yes, and he started off so well anyways. I mean, he was able to find 4 kills on the first, 2 further in the second, and now adds 2 straight on top of that as PRT and Malbs both fall. It's a huge advantage for them now. Of course, the rotation towards B came in immediately. At the same time, there's no reason why OG should go to the B bomb site. All the options open right now, and they still have so much time to work with as well. First 15, 20 seconds and already 2 players down. As Team 1 fully stack on towards the bomb site. A bomb site is full open for the taking. OG, of course, not aware of this just yet. We have all of the information here, of course. But Valde holding on in front of the apartment still. Setup being here. Can come out. CT smoke already set. No smoke towards Coffin. It's all about Valde's timing as well. If he can like take a peek out towards the site and doesn't see anybody, then they might just quickly rotate back. But of course, those steps would then be heard. Molotov, they're of course trying to pull the attention over towards this A bomb site, but little do they know all is going down towards B. Maluk being flashed out, still staying alive for the moment, holding on to this as well. And right now, they made the perfect decision. Bomb is dropped, and guess what? Right now, it is still 2 players hanging on. Man2 brings it back down to just Pesadillo, and he will find a monster spray down to a 1-on-1. 2 seconds, no time to plant, and Valde will not get this. And it will be the round 1 for Team 1. But still, Valde finding that kill at the end. It's not going to be enough, though. What a start to this game.
That's an unbelievable risk call to come through for Team 1. You realize the situation in which they have to play a risk. They have to roll the dice. They're going to get reset if they lose that round. 3v5 after Flamesy gets 2 opening kills at bottom banana. Just full send in towards the B side. Just hope that you can run into it. And for Valde, it seemed like that lurk play was going to give him all the information. Instead, just a fake coming out. Valde, though, at least responding back with that opening kill up from mid.
Yeah, early redemption from his side as well as he, of course, he would have peeked out further. If he would have gone for a peek, they would have realized, okay, the A box is just open. There's nobody here. But at the same time, you could have thought as well in a 5v3, smoke out, flashbangs out, Molotovs out, could be enough to pull a rotation even further. And then maybe you only get to meet 1 player on this B bomb site. Little did they know, Team 1 had already decided for the full-on stack here towards B. Malbs does have that smoke ready. Top banana is the big focus for OG for the moment. He goes, as soon as the first T smoke comes out, counter smoke, just to be ready to keep them a little bit further away. Even though they won that round, of course, they won the last 2, they always lost so many players. They always went down to 1 or even nobody surviving. With that, of course, it's still MP9s in this, and that makes it easier for OG, especially as right now nobody's towards the site, nobody's there to stop him. And that's the thing right now. Sure, they have players towards CT, but the round is already lost from there. Flamesy and Valde both finding kills. It's pretty much done and dusted from here.
What do you do against that very unfortunate, really, to come through for Team 1? You try to make a little bit of a play behind the smoke. You may be thinking to yourself, okay, we could boost up towards flower pots, try and just catch them off guard a little bit, and you're just getting spammed. There's so much burst and firefights coming through that smoke, and it just happens to be that those bullets connect, those headshots come through, the advantages get found, and you're right about the money. We have just seen no presence of CT staying alive in the rounds that they've won, and it just means that you've got to follow up in that sense. If you're not winning consecutive rounds, you're just going to keep getting broke.
That's a big part there as well. Sure, OG, they didn't just lose 2 rounds in a row, but of course they can keep on buying because now, again, they have so much money in the bank. It is a complete contrast between both sides because, of course, OG winning the first 3, having all the money in the world. They basically played 2 bonus rounds at that as well and had so much money to begin with. And then Team 1 now having to force back down. Of course, they're trying to invest. They just have to come down to it. Though they could have actually kept 2K in the bank, could have then brought a buyout in the next. Still, it wouldn't have exactly been great. So that's why I'd rather see everybody just reset themselves. And then in that next round, you get a little bit of extra cash. And then it's a little bit easier to work with as well. However, right now OG have the prime chance just to start running away with this. Just playing a little bit more clinical. They have all the weaponry at their disposal. They have all the utility as well. Right now with that smoke coming out, they know somebody's close. Flamesy yet again grabbing a kill. 10 kills from him already. Valde at 8. Well, Nico get to frag, but what are you going to do when Flames and Valde both pretty much find 18 collectively?
And they're doing well. Really, really hitting hard from the start. Pesadello gonna have to make some sort of a play out towards the B side. It seems that for OG, there's a lot of emphasis over towards B, isn't there? You might have the occasional second mid or apps lurk, and the brackets take every once in a while, but the majority of their default for OG is just surrounded about gaining banana control and then working B in the late round.
And same story goes here. Molotov's out towards Boiler right now. The most presence they probably had towards the A-bomb for quite a while. Valde, in the meantime, does find a kill as well. And right now, PRT at least were able to respond for one, but only for one. And Valde finding the second onto the Luke as well. And from there on out, it's all down for Pesadello and an MP9. Is it worth saving? Probably not. So let's see if he can upgrade that or even grab a kill or two. And then, of course, each kill grabbing $600. That is money that he desperately needs as well. Has been spotted out, 2.4 loss bonus. And at the same time, again, OG pick up another round, keeping 4 players alive right now. And this is exactly what they want to do when they're at that brink of just building up their economy and then having everything at their disposal for the next couple of rounds to come still. Even if they were to lose one now, which of course this next round yet again, they're going to be seeing Deagles at max if they even want to invest anything. So that MP9 is going to be important. I mean, it's 2.4k loss bonus. Most you're going to buy down to is what, 2k, right? And even the MP9 is going to be taken out by LXCB.
This has been tough pickings for Team 1 so far. Hasn't been comfortable, hasn't been easy, and they've been on the back of a little bit of a slapping from the duo of Flamesy and Valde. You've got to wonder what's being said in this tactical pause, because you can imagine in terms of confidence and just raw ability on the server, it's not the best of situations to be in.
Yeah, certainly. And I think that's the part as well. I mean, for this game, we did get quite a long time until we actually get started. We then played the first round, had a longer technical, played the next 2 rounds, had another longer technical. Now everything's kind of got going, and let's hope that that actually stays that way. But at the same time, I think that plays with you as well, especially if you're a team that may not be as experienced on LAN. Sure, OG, not everybody is kind of set and ready, has played at the highest level when it comes down to offline events, but they bring a whole lot more CS experience in general. Of course, Team 1 coming over into EU, having that chance to play Pro League as well is going to be great for them, but they're at the start of their journey. And that's why this might just be, okay, let's collect as much experience as we can, even though you might not count your chances as high.
A nice little play over the top of the smoke for PRT to try and get some vision out towards brackets. OG, though, they at least show a little bit of presence. They get a bit of spam through the smokes, but they go back to what they know best, over towards the banana contact.
Yeah, and at least they pulled everybody from Team 1 into this area right now. And actually 4 players in towards long 8. 1 more further back, more towards the bomb site, but everybody is on this side of the map right now. OG just taking their time, another 60 seconds to go. Molotov towards banana, and not too much presence in towards mid right now being shown by OG. Team 1 might think twice about maybe even rotating over towards the B-bomb site. They've been right on their stacks before. Right now, though, Flamesy definitely saying, okay, well, there's nothing happening on the B-bomb site. Might as well just come and rotate over. Leave the A-bomb site alone. They must be stacked there somehow. Or they're somehow deep into B, into Ruins, deep into CT, or into Shadow or New Box. And right now, not spotting anybody out is Jelly a telling tale as well when it comes down to it.
It's a good read to come through for OG, and I like that they've got the confidence to slow the clock down and not just start running in towards the site without really gaining all of that information. Valde is just picking up so many kills, and the Danish duo of Nico is going to start getting involved as well. Easy round to come through for OG, not running really into the pistols at all. Back to the buy setup to come out for Team 1. See the AWP to follow again, but really, you have to maybe look at someone individually to really be a star and to have a big moment, because Team 1 have been very flat in this first half.
Yeah, and I think everybody as well just showing a same performance right now. It's just not enough just yet. Grabbing 2 to 4 kills at the very most isn't exactly great. Sure, on the other side, you have Nico only sitting at 1, but what are you going to do when Flamesy and Valde continue to just rack up those kills? Valde sure a little bit lucky, and sure getting those kills against pistols. Not exactly the biggest challenge, but still, make sure that he finds them. And right now, OG, this might be their first challenge that they face, because of course there is weaponry on the other side, but Manuk a little bit too interested in finding contact in towards mid. Sure, PRT able to trade back for 1, but the T's are already wrapping around and trying to find their opening towards this bomb site. Nade out towards Pit. XNS, great movement from him to try and dodge all of that.
Can he dodge the firefight, though, is the big question. Bomb plant going through, and they know that he's here. They can just try and slow it down, allow and just him to get so uncomfortable. Volley comes out. Valde does fall. Man advantage now for Team 1.
And this is a perfect chance, however. LXCP only finding 1. I almost thought he's going to get both. Mantu, 100 HP, Molotov towards his position. Defuse could just come straight out. Of course, no kit for them. So it's a 10-second defuse buys time for Mantu. He's going to retreat from this. Doesn't really have a re-entry for it. And with that third round for Team 1, shows that they're still going to be in this game. But yet again, they lost 3 players. However, they should be able to afford another decent buy. No op for them. And we've seen it earlier with guys from Made in Brazil as well. You don't always need the op.
A very good position for at least XNZ out towards Pit. Just being able to really be a nuisance, just wasting time, continuing to do damage. Like you mentioned, have some decent movement to dodge the majority of that utility. OG, though, just came down to really the post plant not being as successful as possible. That bomb plant out to the deep side corner rather than from default. So no real way that the AWP could defend from that 1vx situation. So for Team 1, they find their third. Flashing towards Boiler, they finally peek with it a little bit late. Nico misses his opportunity.
And that now the chance, of course, for OG. They know that 1 player is in towards short area already. However, of course, falling back. You would have heard that as well with their big presence in towards second mid. And now at the apartments, of course, as well, with Nico taking, yes, a little bit of damage. Not exactly the world, so even a headshot might not be deadly for him at 91. Usually those come down to 89, but right now Valde and Mantu both taking damage as well. He's making it more likely. OG, yet again, just with the brakes on. Waiting to make a move, always just playing slow. Will they go back in towards Bananas? Seems to be the case at least. Flashbang is going to be coming out. They do get control here, but yet again, Team 1 just focusing on the B side, focusing on the A side. I'm sure they might be able to make it towards the bomb site, but if they can at least keep the panic going for long enough, they might just be able to deny a bomb plant in that kind of situation, especially now as it's yet again down to 25 seconds. They have to make a move, and they have to make it right now, otherwise it will be too little too late. Maluk already spotting them out, and he knows they're going to be wrapping around. Love this retreat as well. XNS and PRT both finding kills, and this is now the crunch time. All down to Maluk holding on from side, PRT in towards Pit. And Mantu all by himself, having to clutch things back, needs to get that bomb down right now. And players already wrapping around, bomb plant being denied. And Team 1, perfect to find 2 rounds in a row. And money's still the biggest factor speaking for OG.
It's a decent return, couple of kills to come in for Mantu in a 1v4 that pretty much just looks unwinnable. Getting into a bit of a position there for Team 1 where they didn't get baited at all. You saw the way that that default was quite slow, quite passive. They're trying to get a bit of util up towards that B site. They're trying to see if they can shuffle the CTs a little bit around and start confusing them on the rotations. Instead, they held their ground. They still played 3 out towards the A site. And for OG, you've got to wonder, when do we see the quicker stuff? Maybe not so much a rush, but just an execution with a minute on the clock, 50 seconds on the clock, rather than running the clock as low as they have for the last handful of rounds.
Let's be realistic of that as well. Sure, it has now been 2 rounds for Team 1, but with OG still having so much money, they're going to be keeping that pressure up. And surely now, as they did take a timeout, that's a call to make some changes and make them right now rather than being too late. And that's one thing where European teams are generally stronger as well in comparison to their North American opposition, is just using up their timeouts and finding a solution from it. LXDB already found the first kill onto Malps. Right now, looking like a lot more presence over towards the A bomb site with 3 players within the apartments.
It could be another pop-out. Flash to come out over high. Just try and see if they can blind the CTs on the site. Instead, there is a peek before that flash actually comes out. So the Graveyard player at least gets away with a little bit of damage, but they need more assistance from the Orb. And the utility's actually driving the T's further back.
And it might be one of those cases where, yet again, miscommunication could be a big factor. Smoke down gives them a little bit of space to breathe, but PRT already in towards Boiler. Being expected, though, and Valde dropping down to 10, at least still finding that headshot. And an opportunity to rotate back over towards B. And Luke has actually left the B bomb site with his op. Pasadalo has left the B bomb site with his AK. And might have been the right move, especially as OG keep on focusing on the A bomb site and forcing the matter here. In the meantime, he's actually rotated back. Maybe he can go to CT, especially 3 players in tow. Prime opportunity for him.
No one's watching for the long wrap, are they? Somebody's got eyes out for Mono. Oh, come on. That's just not good enough for Team 1. OG just opened up the side. How is there no eyes out on Mono? Yes, it's silent. Yes, it's sneaky for OG, but you can't have setups where you've got 2 on A without even a shoulder bait. Someone being able to coordinate every few seconds to check the angle because they had no idea that Long had been compromised.
It's one thing if you're still aggressive in towards short and trying to keep your presence there, but of course they never had that presence, and maybe the miscommunication part also comes in there, as maybe the side players just thought, okay, well, Pestello's out towards Arch. Surely he was at some stage, so he might still be holding there. In the meantime, he's been all the way back towards B, and of course, just running down this time, keeping that AK going. The T's, of course, winning this round, keeping 4 players alive once more. And I was just about to say, Nico, please fall back. Because if he would have got up with the bomb, that would have been the ultimate loss there. Just to lose another player would have just been unnecessary.
For Team 1, it feels very different than the last best of 1. It seems as if they're just hanging on. They're not really creating too much of a fight at the current moment, whether that's maybe something that will change as we go into the second half. But for OG, they've look very decent. They've slowed the clock in a lot of these rounds. They've made some really strong mid-round calls. For Team 1, even going into round 12, they don't have a massive amount of weaponry to work with.
Yeah, that's the big part, of course, on that CT side. When you don't keep numbers alive, when you win rounds, then you are straight resets. And back down to a couple of pistols, even players not even having upgrading pistols, having literally nothing at their disposal. Next nest. No body armor next to that Deagle. However, might be able to find something as he does at least find information in towards the apartment. So Valve has now spotted him out as well. Push from the PRT is the bigger question. No, they're cut. As Valde finds his head as well. OG rotating back towards the A-bomb set as it has worked out here before.
Jeez.
Valde important for him to find that. Fight now open.
You can make the point, it's eco frags, but when you watch Valde round after round after round, he is just finding so much impact, and probably not the player that most people would have looked at on OG of when we get back to LAN as being just the unbelievable sort of talent that could be brought forward. But yeah, he's really putting the numbers up, and he's making a lot of these duels just look easy.
I think a lot of more people were more looking to this guy, looking to Mantu to put up the bigger numbers at times as well. Generally, his rating has been so strong in the online times, but yet again, I mean, OG hasn't really been a big focus on their opping anyways, and Mantu's best at Flamesy. Going for the ultimate disrespect, misses a knife kill and still finds that kill in the end. That's just saying, okay, well, you have no idea where we're all situated, and of course, well, sometimes a little bit of luck involved as well, but it's nice to find that kill. And this already being the lead towards halftime. Sure, Team 1 have 4 rounds, but it is seeming a lot more one-sided than the previous game.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's just a bit of taste of what EUCS is like. We know that for Team 1, they haven't been in Europe for very long since making their campaign of winning ESEA Premier. But they're struggling here, not making it easy for themselves at all. Like the aggression down from mid, you've got the AWP to hold the cross, but even with that, Flamesy does trade back. And just when you feel like Team 1 have got an opportunity to do something with it, they just start losing man advantages. Nico at least gets caught off by PRT, so way back in for the round.
Yeah, it is at least back to a 3-on-3 situation, back level, but at the same time, of course, OG, they can focus all of their manpower towards one of these two bomb sites, and right now it seems to be the B site. Both teams throwing up flashbangs. Pretty sure the one from Malps wasn't as effective, but at least should be a clue that something is happening over towards his B bomb site and might even pull rotations right now. Team 1 only now actually go for the rotate with PRT coming over, but he's already down to 34. Bomb site will be lost. He's going to get planted by Valde. OG have a really good chance of actually going double digits in this. Let's just see how the retake actually comes down. Mantu find next to S. Just shutting things down as we expected. 3 kills from him in this round. And PRT has already packed his bags. Starts leaving over towards the A bomb to try and save.
Very great post plant coming out from Mantu, just being able to hold his ground, just continue peeking out from the new box position and just continuing to frag, just kill after kill. PRT's got really no option but just to save onto that AWP, bring it into the following. OG up to 9 now on the D side, and it seems like they're making up for it. They're really trying to see if they can start off their run here in the play-ins with a strong lead, a strong victory. We know a lot of games going on at the moment. Team 1 has got to be showing us something. We're seeing the AWP being chucked back over to Maluki, and it's got to get to a point where if he's not finding the impact, then maybe give the AWP to someone else or be in a situation where you're not upgrading to it, because he's had the AWP in his hands for the majority of rifle rounds. He's only sitting on 3 kills.
Yeah, and that's the big part there as well. I mean, for one part, it's always a massive investment for the team, and especially if you're not winning the rounds, and maybe just sticking to a rifle would be a better option, and just to try things out, if he might be able to be a little bit stronger, but especially in that off battle, it's always difficult, and when the flashbang comes out like that, you just have no chance whatsoever. Lexi B shutting it down, next flashbang comes out, Flamesy to drop, Mal's there, and in the end, I mean, it is just pure domination. Sure, a couple of pistols still in the mix, but I mean, this is the OG that we expected. Sure, they do end up losing 2 players, and Valde is close to dropping as well, but X and S, it's in his best interest as well, just hold on to this AK.
It seems it's a constant battle of even trying to save onto the rifle because of the hunt squad. And see up on the radars that Alexi B start to make a little bit of a move in from city spawn. Whether they completely hunt out towards the pet position is going to be another one. Valde hasn't even been needed in these last couple of rounds. They're still sitting up at 17 and 4. And if they can sandwich him in, if they can create a little bit of an angle, it'd be heartbreak to see this AK fallen.
Yeah, however, he's under balcony. It's not like Valde is going to see him immediately. Alexi B is not going to be peeking out just yet. Might be going for it soon, though. The bomb is going to explode over towards B. He now knows that one player at least is over towards long, but why would you check into X and S? Hit Molotov comes out as well, but in the end, he is able to survive for a little bit longer and keep that AK for that next round to come. Double-digit set now for OG, as they can make it 11-4. Either way, it's been a dominant first half, and sure, Team 1 able to find 2 times where they actually make it 2 rounds. It might be that bad karma, killing some chickens in CT spawn. It doesn't help you in the rest of the game.
Team 1, they're just desperate for a man advantage. Luki going for another aggressive play out towards Banana, just getting hit by so many flashbangs. OG do eventually just give up on the angle. They don't open themselves up to the cross. If they do want to retake Banana, they'll have to start using a flash over the top, try and force him back. But so far for Team 1, this is probably the most comfortable they've been in this Banana position.
Especially with OG not really having any reason to challenge this. We're in this round. Flashbang now coming out, and the big question is how good can Mantu hit this angle? I mean, he's already set and ready for it. Smart enough to fall back from it as well. Drops that Molotov, has now been spotted. Do not go for another jump here. Smoke coming out. I doubt that Mantu is going to be flashed through that. He, of course, does still have a flash himself and could flash a rifle through, and that seems to be more along the plan. As it's all about timing right now. Molotov forces him back, and the Banana control has now been taken over by OG. still, yet again, they're running down that clock. 40 seconds now remaining. Luke forced all the way back thanks to that nade as well.
That's a very good timing on the resmoke. Just try and slow that whole round down, force a little bit of a chaotic late round execution. Nade going in only really does chip damage, unfortunately, to Flamesy and Valde.
Right now, he needs that first one. It is going to be flashed out, and with that, Malves at least able to find one, but still, the bomb site is going to fall thanks to LXTP to find Malou. Oh, no way! I mean, that's just dirty. Straight through that smoke. LXTP pre-firing Malves, and he just did not know what's coming his way. Perfect spray down, and that's the advantage OG were looking for.
3-on-4 retake, going to be a very, very difficult situation, especially without really the util to try and force them forward. Nade goes down onto Valde's position, but OG being so cautious in his post-plant. 2 plays out towards a dark position, a couple of trades go back and forth. PRT needing a little bit more, does deal with the AWPer. They've got to try and get someone onto the bomb, but really feint forward. LXTP only getting tagged up heavy down to 9 points to help, but time is the defining factor as OG get an 11-4 half.
They're looking at us, an audience. Keep telling us what we can do, but here we are, showing them, making them wish they were you. We've heard the most when it comes to this. Yeah, every shade of blue, but don't even care what they all say. They think we're out of control. Yeah, truth be told, we know it. It's just the way we live. We own it. Can't stop, we love the thrill. We know it. It's just the way we live.
Continuing on then with the 11-4 scoreline, OG had a very strong start to this one. And Dwayne, do you think that it is going to be straightforward to end here as well for them?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Team 1, there's going to be a lot relying on this pistol round to start things off on T side. Get some early momentum behind them, get a little bit of early success, might help them be pushed in the right direction. But really, OG have just been outclassing them. And it's not been a matter of just sharpness or any kind of fragging ability. I think just in terms of the calling, we've seen how well they've been structured out in that first half, and now seeing them on CT side, they've got a couple of sets of util coming through from Nico and Alexi. Over on the T side, we've got Maluki with some util as well as Pesadello, and Mantu, look how aggressive he's getting!
Oh, this is insane right now. Straight out in towards second mid right now, not hitting his headshot. Does finally adjust the PRT, but even Flamesy in towards the apartments can support him from there. Right now, as they try to make their way back in towards Banana, that information already being called here, and two players rotate straight away to try and support AlexTB before the execute actually comes down. The smokes right now covering all up, flashbangs in, and Valde not quite able to cheat his way through, but it is going to be AlexTB with that flashbang himself. But still, Malbs to find that kill at the very end. Bomb plant coming through and finding success. Leads hit Mantu though. Just the headshot straight away in the USPs. And Malbs and XNS, yes, they have a crossfire. Can they work it as well right now? Yes, they can. And Flamesy. No way.
Jeez, what a hold. What a great post plant to come in for Team 1, because really, there wasn't a lot of early success in that round. We saw the aggressive push up from Boiler, looking straight in from second mid of Flamesy and Mantu that allowed the opening 5-on-4. But then just B-side being overwhelmed, trying to force the cities back, and then just clutching out a 2v3 post plant. Really good stuff out for Team 1, but they've got to be able to replicate, and we're seeing 2 shotguns out on the force buy here for the CTs.
I love this as well. I mean, I would have loved to see an XM rather than just an i7s, but we'll see how they actually turn out. We're still a Deagle, as he said, very dangerous, and then Mantu on that scout. Just being one of those specialist players, always with the scope. Had been strong in the AWP earlier, so why not get some headshots on the scout right now, or even just waken them up so the pistols and shotguns can be even more effective in their own right.
Now, these rotations can mean a hell of a lot for OG, because they are putting a lot over in this B-side. Team 1 being a little bit noisy about their take-in from brackets with the util and the footsteps being heard. Valde very, very close up on that long spoke with the shotgun, but it does seem as if the Ts are starting to reposition back in towards Banana. It's difficult to tell where Team 1 are going with this, because they've got a lot of map control to work with.
And even the smoke over towards the 8 bomb site, trying to reaffirm that that's actually their target right now, though. Flamesy and Mantu, the ones to hold on to this. The smoke is going to further delay any sort of push. However, Flamesy, there's a nade ready from Mantu. Flamesy does have another nade if he actually wants to start on with that. Right now, the nades might just be as effective as they can be. Flames to find one with his nade. Another nade coming out, doing so much damage to PRT and Maluk alike. As Flamesy and Mantu both finding kills now. Sure, XNS and Pesadello are on the spot. But it is a 3-on-2, and Bomb is not going to be denied here. Crazy jumps from Valde. Shotgun, but they're of course going to be aware of the other shotgun already potentially being in towards coffins. Fine, that's their main focus of attention right now. However, Nico makes now an all down to XNS, and of course, you can find that kill as well. OG, sure lose pistol, but they're straight back in.
It was very good utility usage again from OG. Just the way they put the smoke down, double nades out to the top Banana position, and then even just Flamesy staying alive for so damn long out towards that new box position. Reset rounds really here for Team 1, even with the bomb plant. Buy it up, force it down, try and see if you can put the immediate pressure on. But for OG, it's the perfect response, isn't it? You lose pistol to an advantage in which you had, and then you come into the anti-force buy and you win it out.
Yeah, that's the thing right now. Of course, they're going to be aware of Team 1 still having a couple of problems here and there. So yes, 2 MP9s out in the mix. The Galil alongside the AK and the M4 then being bought up from Mantu. Also, of course, Team 1, I mean, they just bought up whatever they can. They want to win this round. Just unfortunate that it's going to happen with 4 Deagles and the AK. However, anything doable. And it wouldn't exactly be the first time that Inferno turns out this way and comes down to a closer game. Of course, our first game here on the C stream She came down. Double overtime game. Defending with Spirit, grabbing the W at the very end. But right now, Malbs making the AK work for him. And that's a weapon that can be collected from the rest of the team.
Excellent start there for Team 1. Beautiful crosshair placement coming through from Mount. Ned goes out towards them as they cross. Does do a fair bit of damage onto Pesadello, but with Mantu being the only player near the bomb site, the A player's not really rotating at all. This is just going to be an instant save call for OG. And now, Tyler, I pose the question to you. How long do we go back and forth for? Because this could just be a game of chicken.
Yeah, and that's the thing right now. Sure, for Team 1, there's a whole lot more riding on it. OG, I mean, they're just 4 rounds away from grabbing this W. And still, I mean, what do you do with the buy in the next round? Nobody really has cash. Nico could bring another rifle into the mix or just drop 2 SMGs.
Yeah, you've got to imagine, buy it up, just be able to put at least the most amount of investment possible. Nico can go and drop over an M4. Go and give that possibly to Flamesy. I'd only imagine that Alexi B might want an SMG or maybe even a Deagle himself and try and get as strong as a weaponry buy as you can. And Team 1, yeah, it always seems like for them that the biggest struggle that we're seeing from them in this entire best of 1 is just converting follow-ups. We've seen a lot of individual rounds being won out by them.
Yeah, but the thing is, individual rounds is not going to win them the game. They were able to win 2 rounds. That was the most thing that they've gotten consecutively in this game thus far. They've now won single rounds. Can they transfer into further? If they find a second here, then surely they find a third and maybe even a fourth as well. However, they're still a far ways behind. I mean, OG currently still boasting double the amount of rounds that Team 1 have, and they're already being pushed back down from Banana. That control regained for the CTs. They're not quite aware of it just yet, but a quick rotation from the Ts. And the question is, are Mantu and Nico going to be ready for this? Molotov can buy time, and that's exactly what it's here to do as well. How is that Molotov burning in pit, though? And Mantu is going to fall towards the site. Sure, Nico and Alexi B both find one, and it is just a straight shutdown from there. And the panic had me going for a good second.
And now we're in the exact same position where there is very, very little bonus at 1900. And what are you in again? Sort of, you've got Malbs and X and Z on double eco status. Maluki, Pesadello, and PRT's got a little bit more money behind them. They're going to take a tactical because they realize to themselves, okay, we can force it up, try and go back and forth again, or do we just eco and then give PRT and Malbs maybe, or X and Z and Malbs a way in which that they just get Galils out in the next round and we give ourselves a good buy and give ourselves the best chance. But no, they are going to be forcing it up. And we know as well, Vici and Complexity has just ended after the Chinese team had a very good 9-6 half in their T-side basis. But once they got over towards that second half, they pretty much got swept by the international squad. So Complexity coming out on top of that one. All eyes, I guess, from that game, looking over to this one to see if another international team will go through.
Yeah, I think OG's certainly the favorite here. And of course, we do still have to remember the bracket in the back of our heads. Of course, the winner out of this is going to be heading off against Big. The loser then drops down to face off against Sprout. So not getting any easier there, of course. When it comes down to Complexity and Vici, both of those teams are going to be facing off against the winners or losers in their own regard of EG up against FaZe Clan. That, of course, happening on the A stream right now. Still a very, very tight affair. I was watching some of that in our longer break. Talking about longer breaks. We have another technical pause here, but we are straight back. So everything fine.
Team 1 ready to get going, and I look at this situation, even with the rounds that have been individual, and we keep going back and forth, both teams being resetting one another. I look at round 20, and it is almost last chance saloon. Down 6-13, you really don't have a lot of rounds to work with. This could be do or die for Team 1. They've got to convert, and look at how many players are over towards the B side for OG.
Yeah, I don't know what they're expecting right now, but they seem to have the right idea. Nade damage as well being brought down to Maluk. The push already coming out, and the Molotov is perfect here. It just keeps those players back and actually will force them back even further than initially expected. With that right now, the big question is, though, are LXTB and Flamesy actually going to go for this retake? Nade damage yet again. Malb's down to just 10 HP. And he is going to then burn alive in that Molotov. And of course they fall back from it. They have everything they ever wanted in towards Banana. They found a kill. Can now fall back, just keep that site control. And guess what? The rest of the team is going to keep on finding kills as well, as now the rest of the players are already tagged down low. Flamesy to flying past Kilo. And now only PRT and Maluk remaining in 29 HP. Luke also being an easy target for them.
What a response. That's got to be the most beautiful util sequence of a round we've seen the entire day so far here on the C stream. Luke does this fight one onto Flamesy, so a bit of a return for the T side, and we'll see a bit of a rotation back from Valde and CT Spawn, but that's anti-stratting at its finest. Just the way in which Team 1 go a little bit quicker towards that banana take and just get hit by so many nades, incendiaries, quad players on the B side, and even that respawn. There's 25 seconds left. Team 1 have got to go through it.
That's perfect. Sure, PRT does still have a Molotov, but he doesn't actually get to use it right now. LXTB above in that smoke, and guess what? They find both kills as well. And with that, 14-6. 8-round margin. And we've talked about the facts. Team 1, they had the opportunity to save and then try and buy a little bit stronger in the next, but of course they are just going to be dropped down. And in this one, they cannot buy. So it is then going to be a save. And then pretty much OG up to 15. And it takes 9 rounds for Team 1 to try and fight their way back in.
It's the worst situation you want to be in, because you never want to eco when you're in 6-14, but you've got no other option. Another just great nade place, but they keep eating all these AGs.
So insane right now, yet again, PRT finding a double though on the Glock. However, Mantu, of course, dropping the bomb, and with that right now, still staying alive, LXTB, to keep it all under control. The fact that they even find one kill, the other was actually a team kill then on the Glock.
Yeah, it doesn't help out at all, does it?
Second. No. Oh, it's unfortunate, because it could have been so much more, but at the same time, OG, of course, were the favorites, and I think nobody can blame Team 1 if this ends 16-6.
No, I'm kind of with you there. We've just seen how unbelievably strong OG have been, and for Team 1, they've just been outclassed in this best of one. They've been difficult times to follow up money. It seems like it's always been broken in such regular segments. Even the play out towards brackets, OG have got so much influence over the long and short position.
Yeah, and right now, Mantu in towards short. The rest of the team is in towards long, and Nico does grab a double, grabs a triple as well. He's just out for the ace for the moment. It's all going to be wrapped up by Mantu.